Imagine you are standing on dry ground. The sky is clear. Nothing seems wrong. And somewhere a man is building a boat in the middle of the desert. People are laughing at him, mocking him, calling him insane. He keeps building anyway. Because three separate religions, written centuries apart, in different languages by people who never met, all tell you what happens next. Here's the thing nobody tells you about this story. It doesn't start with the flood. It starts with a warning that gets ignored for generations. In the Bible version, God looks at humanity and sees something that breaks him. The earth has become corrupt and filled with violence. Not just sin in private. Violence everywhere, against everyone. So he chooses one man, Noah, out of everyone alive at that time. Noah alone is described as righteous. And in Quran's version, the warning comes through Nuh, a prophet who spends what some traditions say it close to 1,000 years pleading with his people to abandon their idols. Hundreds of years of being ignored, mocked, dismissed. Now hold on to that detail, because in the Bible, scholars who study the measurements gods give Noah, for the ark estimate it could have taken him anywhere between 55 and 120 years to build it. Decades of hammering, of his neighbors watching, of nobody believing him, until one day they should have. The instructions are only specific, not just build a boat, exact measurements, exact materials, and the animals, 2 and 2 male and female, of every kind, went into the ark with Noah. Not random, counted, intentional. Then comes the moment that should chill you more than the flood itself. The Bible says it plainly. God shut the door behind them. Not Noah, not his sons. God himself sealed it, meaning whoever was outside, whoever hadn't made it in by then, that was it. No more chances, no knocking, no changing minds. And in Quran's telling, there's a detail that makes this even harder to sit with. Nuh's own son refuses to board, convinced he can outrun the water by climbing a mountain. He drowns in front of his father, choosing pride over the one chance he was given. Both texts agreed on something almost nobody expects. This isn't just rain. The Quran describes the ground itself splitting open, water surging up from below. At the same moment, the sky pours down from above, attacked from every direction at once. The Bible echoes this almost exactly, describing both the fountains of the deep and the floodgates of heavens opening at the same time. And then the number that should stop you cold. The waters didn't recede after 40 days. They stayed, fully covering the earth, for 150 days, 5 months trapped, floating, listening to nothing but water against wood. 5 months not knowing if it would ever end. Now, here's where this story should genuinely unsettle you. Long before Quran, long before the Bible as we know it, there's a tablet, thousands of years old, dug out of the sand in Mesopotamia. It's called the Epic of Gilgamesh, and buried in the middle of it is a man named Utnapishtim, warned in secret that the gods are about to drown the entire world, told to build a boat, load it with his family, his animals, everything that matters. Different gods, different names, written in civilization that had no contact with each other. Same flood, same boat, same handful of people left to start everything over. Eventually, the water has to go somewhere. The Bible says Noah sent out a raven first, then a dove, waiting to see if it would find land. The first time it comes back, there's nowhere to land, just water in every direction. Then finally, after 150 days of nothing but gray, black and blue, a branch proved that somewhere life survived. The Bible names the place it lands the mountain of Ararat, a location people still search for. The arks remain around today. And both tradition ends the story the same way, not with triumph, with a promise. A covenant that the water would never again be brought to destroy the earth like this. A sign in the sky, meant to outlast every generation that would ever doubt again. So, 3 texts, 3 religions, centuries and oceans apart, all circling the same impossible event. Some researchers think this points to one real, catastrophic flood, an event so massive it imprinted itself onto humanity's collective memory, carried forward and reshaped by every culture that retold it. Others argue it's more likely several massive regional floods, devastating enough that early civilization near rivers and seas genuinely believed their entire world had drowned. And as people migrated, traded, and told their children these stories, the details merged. And then there's the more skeptical read that this isn't about a real flood at all. That every culture simply needed a story like this, a way of explaining how the world gets to start over after everything falls apart. Maybe that's exactly why this story refuses to disappear, no matter how many thousands of years pass. It's never really been about whether the water was real. It's about who gets a warning, who listens, and who finds out too late that the door has already been shut.